CBS News. Elvis Presley, king of popular music, is dead at the age of 42.
The undisputed king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, is dead.
Wait,
he died this afternoon here in his adopted home.
Does pop music mean popular music? I never knew that. I never knew that pop meant popular. No, I wanted to check this out because I was just like, I remember when Michael Jackson died, right? Like, I don't super remember it, but I just remember it being a huge thing forever. And then in this social media age, you know, I've seen other artists like die, like Juice WRLD, Mac Miller, and stuff. But I know Elvis is like there's levels, right? So, and the world was a different place back then. So I just wanted to see. I was curious when we were watching that Elvis video, like the day he died must have been insane.
After apparently collapsing at his South Memphis mansion, and the mayor has ordered all flags in the city to be flown.
Dude, what if you have one of those newspapers today? Do any of you guys still have one of those newspapers, the Daily Record? Like, that'd probably be worth a lot.
This is Channel 7's Eyewitness News. Tonight with Fahey Flynn, Joel Daly, Bill Frink, Steve Edwards, and a special report by Jay Levine.
Elvis Presley is dead at 42, possibly of a heart attack.
Wait.
An autopsy reveals tonight. Memphis, Tennessee is in mourning. Tonight, thousands of fans are reported gathered around.
Oh, that's outside his house.
Around his palatial mansion. The Memphis Telephone Company reports total overtaxing of its lines.
Pandemonium has broken out here on Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis. Thousands of fans from all over the country are converging on Graceland, trying to get in to view the body of the 42...
Presley Lane? So he was already big while he was still alive. He had a road named after him?
Overtaxing of its lines.
Pandemonium has broken...
So there was so much going on. The phones were so clogged with like, hey, did you hear Elvis died? That like the telephone companies, like the Verizon, stopped working
out here on
because somebody died.
Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis. Thousands of fans from all over the country are converging on Graceland, trying to get in to view the body of the 42-year-old king of rock and roll.
But they came out of state.
The world is shocked by Elvis Presley's sudden death after
attempts
to save his life failed. The apparent cause, according to his personal physician, Dr. George Nicopolis, is a heart attack.
Look, that lady passed out.
The world is shocked by Elvis.
Bro, you had people out here passing out.
Presley's sudden death after attempts to save his life failed. The apparent cause, according to his personal physician, Dr. George Nicopolis, is a heart attack. The singer's father, Vernon Presley, has requested that an autopsy be performed.
Why go to all this trouble?
Because we love Elvis. We still do.
Damn.
You're not going to get in.
Oh my, wait, just the way she said that, like...
Requested that an autopsy be performed.
Okay, because I was about to be like, do you think people are coming here because, like, the clout or whatever, like, I'm at the Elvis Presley, like, take a selfie? Obviously, no one was taking selfies back then. But it's like, no, like, this lady, people just love him.
Why go to all this trouble?
Because we love Elvis. We still do.
You're not going to get in, you know.
Doesn't make any difference. There's nobody else like him. There won't ever be anybody else like him as far as I'm concerned. I just can't believe he's dead. It's terrible.
Elvis Presley was the first. And probably the...
Dude, that is crazy. They look... And then she's like, we don't even want to get in to see the body. We just... Like, we
anybody else like him?
Like, we're just going to show up.
As far as I'm concerned, I just can't believe he's dead. It's terrible.
Elvis Presley was the first, and probably the foremost in popular music. But tonight on Radio Luxembourg, we have to inform the world that he no longer exists on our planet. Tonight on Luxembourg, we feature nothing but Elvis, till closed down at 3:45.
Presley's show business friends, as well as his legions of fans, are mourning tonight.
He no longer exists on our planet.
Sammy Davis Jr. was asked how the performer would rate on a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, he's got to be 11, babe, and I'm not saying that because of the tragedy of the moment, but because anybody in this business of ours that can become one of a kind, he's the one, the only, the original. Everybody else is an imitator. It came after him.
Elvis Presley almost single-handedly turned rock into the most popular music expression of the young. Tonight in Memphis, Elvis died, and a generation of people cared.
It's 6:29. This is WMAQ Chicago. I'm Dennis Day with Rick Elliott and Jay Marks. Say it one more time, as much as it hurts. Elvis Presley died today.
There are many superlatives linked with his name, the greatest and the king But probably the most important thing is that each person listening, and all of us here, that Elvis had an important effect on each one of our lives. And what more can you say about an individual? He'll be remembered for many, many years.
But you remember when President Kennedy died, years later people said, do you remember where you were when you first heard the news that Kennedy was dead? Remember where you are now. Because if you're feeling like me in a deep state of shock, then in a few years from now, you will remember that you were listening to the first radio station in Europe to ever play Radio Luxembourg's #1 star, Elvis Presley. Kennedy was dead. Remember where you are.
He'll be remembered. Each person listening, and all of us here.
I was gonna say this does look like if a president died, or like when they're moving the presidents into town and they gotta bring all the cars in the.
Elvis had an important effect on each one of our lives. And what more can you say about an individual?